Dang, I sure do love family game night. It's my favorite night of the week.
Same. Okay, what games do you have for us today?
Well, we have Monopoly voice banking.
Well, we played that last week.
Okay, you're right. Well, we have Monopoly Star Wars edition.
We played that yesterday.
You're right. Well, then we have the classic Twister. Can't go wrong with Twister.
Well, we played that 3 hours ago.
You're right. Well, what do you play?
We need something creative.
We need something new.
We need something different.
I mean, I did see this weird looking game when I went by. I don't know how to play it, but we can try it.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe it comes like a Warwick or something we could try. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see nothing though. Hi, I'm Aaron Ritchie.
And I'm Abigail Fullman.
Have you ever been having a family game night and then you ran out of games to play?
Or perhaps you are bored of playing the same games over and over again.
Well, with our new board game, Quest for Chikari, it allows you to experience what you're doing in real time, interacting with you in your living room.
You will see cool new creatures and biomes.
It's an interactive game, like I said. You can participate in it in real time, in your kitchen, in your living room, bathroom, or wherever you really want.
So when you're really bored, when you're tired of playing the same games, like we are, you can play Quest for Chikari.
You see, we got our inspiration behind Quest for Chikari because we were having family game night, and then we just noticed every game you play the same, around in circles, collecting money, or doing just the same thing over and over again. And it was a long process to make Quest for Chikari, but I think it was worth it. Because at first we decided to make a double-sided board game. Well, then we thought that it was too difficult and people would not, it'd be too confusing for people to play. Well, we'd started construction and then we kind of wanted to do it again. But we shut that down pretty quick because, like I said earlier, it'd be pretty confusing for everyone to understand. Well, then we just took some textured cardboard and then shaped it and textured it with paint and colored pencils, and then just all this, some extra stuff with paper mache, and then, yeah.
So he kind of said some of it. We took some paper cut up to make the pass. We used, like paint, colored pencils, cardboard, paper, obviously, and then we used flour and paper to make the paper maches.
We also have some fake plants here that we kind of decorated to make, and there's Velcro on the bottom, and then you can just stick them on your board, play the game. When you're done, take it off, and then put it back in storage.
And with the paper that we had, we made these little carrying folders for all the cards and everything. So it's reusable, so you don't have to worry about losing anything if you put them back into the bag, just like that. Put it back into its spot, and then it's just in a safe little spot.
They have their own sections for abilities, challenges, and just backstories. We tried to make Quest for Chikari easy, but not too easy, because we wanted every age to play it. 5 to 95, 105, whatever. We just wanted it to be a fun game for you and your whole family to play, maybe on a Saturday night. And just not boring, and just not generic.
We wanted to give people a fun game that they could play with their family, and it's not like a usual game where you just have these usual couple of things, like you basically do things that you would do in real life, but just in a board game. It's different.
Well, we hope to one day see Quest for Chikari in your living room or your table, wherever you're at, on your family game night. Thank you for your time.
Bye.
Hi.
I'm Madison Lovelady.
I'm Brenley Moore.
And we go to school at Hillcrest Elementary
in Lynn, Arkansas.
And we're from Smithville, Arkansas, and we're in 5th grade.
And we're the two that invented the food fan. The food fan is a metal mesh plate cover with two fans smaller than my palm. The food fan also allows you to not have bugs in your food. Also, the plate probably won't be as big as this. If the plate's not as big as this, you can just put it under the thing and keep the wires to the side. The wire you have for breakfast, but also the wires can go to the side and it won't cut it because this is very round. And so this, just having it on this, is not going to hurt it. And this plugs into a power source or computer. Since it plugs into a power source or computer, you can play games while you eat or let your food cool. Also, these are very light, and so if you're busy, you can just put on your pinky finger and go. For an example, say you're going on a very, very big vacation and you have a lot of bags to carry. All you have to do is slip this on your finger and you're ready to go. We thought of this idea because I have a very close family member that has sensory issues and won't touch hot food. So this goes out to people like that. Also, these are very quiet. So if I plug it in, you won't be able to hear it at all. For another example, say you're hungry and it's like late at night and you're at home or in a hotel and you don't really want your neighbors or your family members to hear it. Since it's very quiet, they won't be able to hear it. So you're probably good to go. These are really good for toddlers, like really good. And so it's a good idea just to have one in stock. They're good for toddlers because they're picky eaters. They're good for toddlers because they're picky eaters. And for people who do have toddlers or family members that have toddlers, so because some toddlers also have sensory issues and some toddlers just don't like hot food. I personally don't like hot food, but so I really think this would be a good idea to use for people who don't have sensory issues and they just don't like hot food. Also, if you're going to like a family, if you're hosting a family reunion, these would be a good idea because sometimes you may have family members and that you didn't know have sensory issues and they won't like hot food. Also, some people just don't like hot food anyways, even if they're toddlers or they have sensory issues. So having a few of these in stock would be a good idea, and they're really light. So if you filled a suitcase up with these, you wouldn't be able to feel it really at all because they're really light. And since they're empty on the inside, I bet you could put like your clothes or something that you need for the family reunion in it. So having a bunch of these is just a really good idea. I'm going to plug this up for you so you can hear it. It's this fan right here. See, I can stop it. But, yeah. Me and her really don't hear it at all. You may be able to, I don't know. But these are very quiet, so you're definitely safe. And so having a few of them are a really good idea. Bye.
Hi, I'm Aiden Douglas, the inventor of the Jolly Nerd. The Jolly Nerd is a mix of Jolly Ranchers and nerds. The Jolly Nerd helps people pick between Jolly Ranchers and nerds. At first, I tried to look on YouTube to help me melt the Jolly Ranchers. It told me to stick it in a pan on the stove, so I tried it, but it failed. They had melted, but by the time it had melted, it hardened, so I couldn't put it in the mold. Then I watched another one, and it told me to put it in the microwave. So I tried it. It had melted, but not fully. So then I messed with the time and the power level until I got to 3 minutes at power level 3. It had fully melted. So then I stuck 4 Jolly Ranchers into one mold 4 times. melted it at the same time and same power level until it had melted. And of course it had bubbled, so then I stirred it around a little bit. Then I added the nerds. Then I froze it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I added 3 more Jolly Ranchers on top, melted it again for the same exact time and same exact power level. Then I stuck it in the freezer again. Then I stuck 2 halves of the Jolly Rancher and nerds, stuck it in the freezer for about 10 to 20 minutes so it could stick. Then I took it out to see if it would break. Then it had broke. So then I had to come up with something to make it stick. So then I added 2 Jolly Ranchers, melted them, and then took a butter knife and smeared it around in the middle of the Jolly Rancher and the nerds. And then stuck it together, stuck it back in the freezer, and it had worked. So then I had made up a little thing to put them in. First, I stuck them in cupcake tins, then stuck them in a box. Then I stuck the box in the freezer so I could keep it cold for a few days. And it had worked. And that is how I made the Jolly Nerd.
Hi guys, so my invention is named Tangler Eraser. I came up with this invention because one day while I was at a family gathering, my parents and me were having a little bit of problems with tangled up cords. For example, this. So I think that this was a pretty good invention to make for someone who has a lot of tangled up cord problems. I do really think that Gunnar Wright's was very good with the cord shortener, but this just helps with tangled wires. So this could kind of go along with his, but I really think that this doesn't really shorten wires, but it just helps them not get tangled more. This is an example of what my materials look like. My producer was a picture of me and my little cousin trying to get the headphones untangled, and then at this point all we had to do was really get the rubber stoppers to fit on the earbuds or headphones. And so the steps that I took to build this invention were to find the earbuds or any really tight pair of earbuds or cord and put the rubber stoppers on them and stop it from getting tangled. My data and results to this were I collected the amount of people that get their headphones tangled a year on a graph, and the results of this invention were amazing. And the results of this was amazing because this invention really reflected on that, and it kind of helped me get it a little clearer because there was a lot of people that had a lot of tangled up wires and everything. This is what my graph looks like. The function was how this invention works, and the rubber is if you put the rubber stoppers on your earbuds, then you will not get tangled up wires because the rubber stoppers stop the wires from moving, and so that they don't get tangled. This kind of goes together because the rubber pieces are, I really wish I had my model here, but I don't. My rubber pieces are rubber, and they go with a rubber cord, and it stays, because then you would have to untangle your wires. Well, I'm trying to untangle this. I'll get back to that in a second, but I have to explain my scientific thinking. My scientific thinking of this invention is that this problem solves a problem of any tangled up cords or anything like that. I really recommended headphones for this because I felt like it would be easier to adjust to you guys or tell you guys or explain to you how I was going with my invention. My materials was a normal pair of earbuds and rubber stoppers. My cousin's trying to untangle her headphones and put on the three rubber stoppers that I made. I made more than 3 rubber stoppers, but I only put 3 on each pair of headphones. So for instance, you have a long pair of headphones. Take them like this. You put the end with the earbuds, and you do it like this, and then you put as many rubber stoppers as you need. Sometimes though, I will 3-layer it and then do it like this because I feel like that invention makes it a little more clearer, and so that you guys can see really what it's supposed to do. So yes, if you guys would really enjoy it to find something that would make wires not tangled or earbuds not tangle anymore, I suggest you buy my product because it helps with all that, and that way you guys don't have to worry about tangled up wires everywhere, or for example this. And if you guys really don't want any tangled up wires, that's why I suggest you should buy my product.
The first step to making the paper collector was the prototype. Here's Amelia with some more explanation.
The prototype started out as a box and some wooden block wheels. Then we added clay, hot glue, paper, string, a cup, and a tray to finish the paper collector off. The box is used as a supporter for the tray, and the tray is used as a paper holder. The cup is used as a pencil holder, and the wooden blocks were used as the wheels for the paper collector to move to the students who need their paper collected. The clay was used to make eyeballs for the paper collector to make it look more friendly. To glue everything together, the paper collector uses hot glue. The string is used to pull the collector around the student. This is our first prototype.
Okay, so will that just go to my next payment?
This is our first prototype in action.
Okay, thank you.
We did name it Bob.
See how well it rolls? This is the actual paper collector. We're going to have an extension of the height. We're going to use all of our 2 feet. And we're going to have a basket just like you saw on our prototype. And we are going to demonstrate that very soon, very likely. The paper collector uses an assortment of objects, making it very sturdy and very comfortable in a school environment.
We came up with this idea because a lot of older teachers have trouble collecting papers. And also, it takes a lot of time out of the students' learning experience. Amelia, why don't we sit up, please? Talk about how it's chargeable. The car is chargeable. And it don't have a top. The car is chargeable, and every night before the teachers leave their classroom, the teachers can plug it up on the charger for it to be ready in the morning.
We did remove the exterior of the car, making it easier and more comfortable for it to transport. And the good thing about the chargeable thing is that we don't have to use batteries, therefore making it easier, simpler, and a lot less confusing to maneuver the paper collector.
This car, Ava, where'd you buy the car from? Ava, where'd you buy the car from? Where'd you buy the car from?
I got the RC car from a well-known store named Walmart in my hometown, Pocahontas.
This was originally on top of the car. No. This was originally on top of the car, and we took the stickers off to make it move better. Thank you for learning about our paper collector.
Hi, my name is Brooke Bassner. Are you tired of the left-handed people in your household breaking all the can openers you got? And are you tired of buying new can openers every day? I am. That's why I invented the multi-opener. The multi-opener is a simple tool that right-handed people can use and left-handed people can use. My problem was that I kept on breaking the right-handed can openers in my household. This problem affected me and my brother. We were both left-handed, and we couldn't use right-handed can openers. So, my solution was making the multi-opener. I researched the multi-opener, and the multi-opener was already invented, but it wasn't invented like mine. Mine was the only one that had 2 gears, the left-handed gear and the right-handed gear. So I continued my research. I researched what material would be best for my can opener. It said stainless steel. So I used aluminum foil to represent the stainless steel. My prototype looks like, looks like this. And the materials and it works when you move them, and then the 2 ones go together like a normal one, but instead you can move the gears and switch them to right-handed or left-handed. Plus, it has a pocket. The pocket is used for whenever you're done with the gears, you can put the gears inside the pocket so you won't lose them. The materials I used for my project was the fabric, the matches, the parts of massage, and aluminum foil and the cardboard. I made 2 can openers, multi-openers, for my testing to see which one moved better and worked better. The second one I used worked much better because it has the rectangle base on the leg, and it moves so much better with the gears. The challenges that I met with while making this was the movement and how it would move together. And my solution was making the rectangle base onto the leg. So I learned when I was inventing that I always needed to make my project better, no matter how better it can get, so I can make it better and keep on improving it as I go. Or else I would not have made the multi-can opener like this. I would have just kept using the other one. I think people all over the world, ambidextrous, left-handed people, and right-handed people would use my can opener because I think it would work very well, and because if there's left-handed and right people in your household, they can both use it, and I think this can opener would be much better than just an individual old right-handed can opener or an individual left-handed can opener. So that's why I think my multi-opener is a good product, and that is why I made it.
Hi, I'm Cody Johnson, and I made bioplastic finger vials. They make sure that any kind of chip dust does not get on your fingers at all whatsoever. I made these with the stove on to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, starch, glycerin, and vinegar. I've also made 2 bioplastic chip tip diagrams. My old one had 3 major mistakes. They were too small on each finger, and they were also on the wrong fingers. I noticed you eat chips with your middle finger, pointer finger, and your thumb. The reason I decided to make this bioplastic instead of silicone or wax was because I know that bioplastic is healthy for the environment, and it doesn't take up to 1,000 years for the earth to consume. I restarted so many times in order to make this product. Ever since Thursday, April 13th, I've been working on my Google document just to send to my Google Slides that my mother would receive in Gmail and print for me in full color. We colored the bioplastic lime green because this is a very visible color, and you would see the crumbs extremely visibly. My hypothesis was that if making chip tips were a success, they could sell for some money. The brand of chips I used for testing were Lay's because I know Lay's can own some really messy chips, such as their famous barbecue chips. My invention could help people who need to stay clean before doing something important. For example, if you have a graduation and you need to be clean, but you just have to eat some original Cheetos, Chip Tips always got you covered. Chip Tips could also be used to prevent grease and even dirt from getting all over your fingers. I would not have these on your fingers for more than an hour or two because your fingers could suffocate if you have these on your fingers for much too long. I find that over 68 and 347,000% of people who eat chips complain about chip dust getting on their hand, controllers, or even their grandmas. Wait, grandmas? Oh, that can't be right. Must be a typo. Just hands and controllers. Whew, someone's getting fired. Anyways, this is why the invention can be important. But 16 wants you to know that I am making different color chip tips later in the near future. And these chip tips did not turn out as good as they did. My hypothesis would have been proven wrong. My conclusion also would have changed a little bit as well. If you want chip tips today, call 870-870-870. Again, if you need any VAT-19 product, call 870-870-870. Today, for a final time, call 870-870-870. This is my whole entire presentation of chip tips. And the only thing you have to do to accept or claim chip tips is go to the VAT-16 channel, claim online, and set up a subscription at 870-870-870. I'm running out of time, so here's my preview. Chip tips are bioplastic, homemade, and are made to block all chip dust from attacking your fingers.
Hi, my name is Levi Cops, and I'm from the Lynn Hillcrest Elementary School. I'm in 5th grade, and I'm 11 years old. What is the goal of a community garden? The goal of a community garden is for residents and people all over the community to come and help out, and anyone in need for food can have food for free.
Hi, my name is Gunnar Patterson. I'm from the Hillcrest Elementary School. I am 11 years old and I am in 5th grade. Me and Levi here, we have created a community garden. Well, a replica of one, and this is it.
This is basically what our community garden is going to look like. It's for people whenever in need of food can come here.
The resources we used were recycled wood to get the stuff done. We used popsicle sticks, fishing twine, and we used hot glue.
We basically got a replica of what we're going to be making our community garden.
Box. Then we got
this is what ours look like.
Beans, cabbage, carrots, tomatoes, and cucumbers. And there's nothing in it, it's just dirt. So y'all will know what it looks like.
There's going to be a variety of food for people to have and enjoy.
We have beans and tomatoes.
We got healthy stuff.
We got beans, tomatoes, growing at my house, and I had them in like a little recycled thing, like a milk jug, and we cut the top off, and then until it got down to the handle for it, and we just put dirt, and then we put seeds in, then we water it every day, and and then when it got tall enough, and we put it in the ground. When we did, it's still growing, and it's pretty big now. So.
Basically, we're just for helping the community with what they need.
These strings right here are fishing twine. held up by hot glue, and these are broken half popsicle sticks.
We're using recycled parts to make our community garden.
This is a washer,
Efficient.
I think, and this is like a plastic thing. These are supposed to be tiles. We got a little
Welcome area.
with trees, and we got a flower, and we got all those. We got a bench, swing, community garden right there.
We're gonna have a garden open to the community, the entire community around us, where everyone can help out.
And we have a fake plant
To represent what's gonna be there.
and we got like fake soil, but it's foam inside. And we got a plastic pot, and this is foam. This is a cardboard box my dad got from work.
We're making a recycled community garden, basically.
For the replica.
Yeah.
And
We're basically building a recycled model, a recycled community garden model of what ours is actually gonna be.
and it has little like dirt and compost, and we got stuff.
So we're basically about helping the community around us.
That's where it goes.
So
Beans, cabbage, carrots, tomatoes, and cucumbers.
we have healthy stuff for the community.
And this is whole foam. And if you get like stuff, it'll stick on you. And then the foam at first was too big, so we had to cut it to make it the right measurement for the box. And yeah, that's all.
This is basically about time and effort. So thank you for your time.
Bye.
Hey guys, my name is Ben Wright, and I'm going to show you why you need the cord sorter. To start off, I noticed that the problem was with my family members and I, that we always had problems keeping up with our phone chargers, computer chargers, and AirPod chargers. For example, this. I mean, who could ever try and find their phone chargers, computer chargers, and AirPod chargers in this? I know I couldn't, so that is why I came up with the cord sorter. You have one plastic box for each receptacle to put your phone charger, AirPod charger, and computer charger. I gave this to 4 members of my family. They did a 7-day trial and they loved it. They never lost any other phone chargers, computer chargers, and AirPod chargers. They just thought it was incredible. So did I. The materials that I had to do for this, that I used for this, was 3 wall receptacle outlets, 3 Ding LX acrylic clear organizers, 6 screws, and a flathead screwdriver, and also a hot glue gun with hot glue sticks. The procedure that I had to do for this, though, was to screw in the screws into the receptacle outlets. I then had to cut out 3 holes for the receptacles. Then I hot glued each organizer below the receptacle. I chose 3 receptacle outlets to represent a box for each device I use most often. My iPhone, like I said, my iPhone, my AirPods, and my computer. I then did a 7-day trial myself. And as you can see, it was all successful because I had the cord sorter. I never lost any of my phone cords, my phone cords, my AirPod cords, and my computer cords. The first testimonial I did was my nanny. She said that she really loved the cord sorter. It's a great product and I love the design. I would definitely recommend it for the buy. For my Papa David, he said the cord sorter is exactly what I needed. I haven't lost a charger since I started using it. I need one for every charger. So far as you can see, the cord sorter is amazing. For my Papa Vince, he said that he used to always have problems keeping up with all of his chargers. So did me. It was very frustrating. Then he also said that he started trying to keep everything in a jar, and it would take forever pulling each one out. And then he said that the cord sorter was perfect when he used it. And for my last testimonial, it was my Aunt Lauren. She said that she would always find herself researching for her phone charger every day. With the cord sorter, she never had to wonder what to do with her charger because she never had to wonder where her charger was because she always had it in the box that was under each receptacle. Therefore, because then she could keep up with each one. And the function also, it would keep you from having a headache, like for my example, to dig out all of the phone chargers, computer chargers, and AirPod chargers. I mean, who would want to do that? You could actually get a really bad headache, trust me. I've had one. And then also, it'd keep you from buying even more phone chargers. And then that'd be getting really expensive. Therefore, that is why I recommend the cord sorter.
Hi, my name is Audrey.
Hi, my name is Kylie Jo.
Hi, my name is Hadley.
And we have a problem. Every time we go swimming, our sunglasses always sink to the bottom of whatever we're swimming in, such as ponds and lakes.
No more sinking for you. We have a solution.
Our solution is that we made a device that your sunglasses are connected to a hat so they won't sink.
Some of the materials we used were sunglasses, hat, and hot glue.
We also included pool noodles, magnet paint, and magnets, but we didn't use the magnets because they didn't work.
We got some of the supplies at Hobby Lobby, on Amazon, Family Dollar, and Dollar Tree.
This is what we made.
This took us around 2 hours to make.
First, we painted the sunglasses with magnetic paint.
Then we realized the sunglasses and the magnet paint would not really hold up very well, so we took off the magnetic paint. We didn't take off the magnetic paint, but we took off the magnets and kept the magnet paint on top.
This is what it would look like on somebody.
Now she's gonna do a turnaround so you can see the back.
We tested it and we made sure that the magnet paint and the magnets would stick together.
After we realized that the magnets and the magnet paint would not stick together, we decided to take off the magnets.
We also tested if it would sink or float. So we tested that at school with a tub of water and we realized that it would sink.
Both the sunglasses and the hat. So we decided to put pool noodles in the front of the hat and hot glue them so it would sink. Float.
After that, we made sure that it would stick together and that if it was on you, that it wouldn't fall off.
And after a few trials and errors, we had to put extra hot glue because it kept on falling off.
The hot glue in the sunglasses kept falling off because we didn't put a strong enough layer of hot glue, so we decided to put a couple layers of hot glue so it would stay.
After that, we recognized that the sunglasses would fall off if we didn't hot glue them, so we had to hot glue the sunglasses to the hat, and we would see if it would float.
We put pool noodles in the back of the hat and not the front, so the back of the hat floated but the front sunk, so we decided to put some in the front too so it would sink unlevelly so you could easily find it in darker waters.
We tested it one more time to make sure the whole hat floated instead of just the back whole hat floated and not just the back.
So, after a few trials and errors, we finally got it to work. We put it in another tub of water at school, and we filled it up more all the way to the top, and it floated because we put the pool noodles inside.
This idea was because we always lost our sunglasses or our hats in the ocean or the pond or the lake, and we could never find them again. And some people wonder how many sunglasses or hats are at the bottom of lakes or oceans.
So we decided to put them together to make sure that you wouldn't lose your sunglasses, because people that lose their sunglasses could be super expensive and they would be super upset that they lost their brand new sunglasses. So we put them together and made the sunny hat.
But if you have both of them together and they fall off, then they won't sink because they're both together and they're pool noodles inside, so it will float. And you won't have to spend hours of searching for them.
We used magnetic tape on the earpieces of the sunglasses right here, just so we could make sure that it would work with the magnets, but we decided not to use the magnets, so it didn't really matter.
The reason why we didn't use magnets was because it took up too much of the little patches in the hat, so we decided not to use them. We just decided to fill them up with pool noodles. That would definitely float.
This is the sunny hat
On the mannequin.
My name's Harmony Willard, and my invention is the water seat. The water seat helps babies all across the world be more safe. The way that my water seat holds itself up in the water is by pool noodles at the bottom. It keeps the car seat from sinking. The research that I did was my research was what was the first ever car seat, and the answer to that is in 1933, the Bunny Bear Company made the first ever car seat out of leather and metal. The car seat was installed there was two poles right next to each other like that, and it hooked onto the front seat, and it was just attached, and it would kind of float. So I was inspired to make this because my mom, me, and some of my other family went on a boat at Lake Norfolk, and my mom, she didn't know what to do because our boat had troubles, and my sister was a little baby, and my mom didn't have a floatable car seat or anything like that, so she was stressing out. So what I solved was, if that does happen, then you have a floatable car seat that you can just push into the water. The materials that I used is pool noodles, a car seat, 2 different types of fabric, and a sewing kit, and zip ties. And also the data that I collected from my classmates is that 96% did like it and 4% didn't like it. So 24 out of 25 people did like it, and 1 person out of 25 didn't like it. So most of my classmates did like it. 5 words to describe my invention is helpful, convenient, water, baby, and kind. Sorry. My idea was you can keep this car seat in water and it will last for a while. So you could just put the car seat in a body of water and just let the car seat float with the baby in it, so you won't have to hold your baby. But the main idea of it is so you can put it on a boat, and if the boat has troubles, then you can just take the car seat and the baby out to the water, and then just push it back to shore as you're swimming, and then the baby and you will get back to shore perfectly fine. So, the way that I built this was from a life jacket. It was like a pocket in it, and I cut it out a little bit, and I made a little slit here, and I glued it on, and it didn't work, and it wouldn't stay on, so I had to glue it again, and it's a little messy, but, and, so it'll stick now, and you could hold your belongings, but whenever, the next time that I try, I'm going to try to fix it and make a pocket right here so you can open and close it, so and the top will be waterproof too, so that it won't get wet inside. So it might have like a little button or like Velcro so that it will open and close easily. And this fabric up here, it was a sheet for a bed, and I used it because I used it as like I cut it up, and then I just got my pillow and then cut that up, and then I measured it out, and then I hot glued some on it, and then sewed a little bit around here, and and it'll stay now because and it's waterproof, so like if it gets wet, then it'll be perfectly fine. So the reason that I did this was so that the baby's head wouldn't get wet. If it got splashed, then it will just like roll off to the side, or you could just pat it down like that, and the water would stay off of it. And the waterproof reason for this is so that if like you could close and open it for next time whenever I might rebuild it and fix it, then it'll be waterproof and no water could get into the where your diapers are and all that. So that is the two main reasons why I did that for the water.
My name is Hunter and I'm the inventor of pit patches. My problem I'm trying to solve is when you are applying deodorant, you accidentally break it. My solution was to make a sheet of paper with deodorant on it, and you just put it on and it won't break. Your deodorant won't break. I uncovered this problem because my brother was putting on deodorant and he broke it. Deodorant's real breakable, so I had to make something for my deodorant that wouldn't break. I come to this solution by thinking of ways the deodorant wouldn't break while being applied. The solution solves our deodorant breaking issues. I did research about deodorant sheets and pit patches to see if my invention was original. My prototype works by applying deodorant to a flimsy, soft piece of paper. That's all you do. And then put it on. You move it around. You pull it off, and there's deodorant on there. I chose the material by feeling the paper. My idea was to have soft and flimsy, kind of like a baby wipe material. I tested my invention by getting pieces of paper and seeing if deodorant would be transferred from point A to point B. My invention might have an impact on the environment because we will have cut down the production of deodorant, which then we will have more renewable and non-renewable resources because
people won't have to buy so much all the time. I think parents might find this useful, and even broke people. If I were to sell this product, I might sell it for $2.99 for a 20-pack.
Hey guys, my name is Hunter Wright, and I'm going to explain to you why you need Find Your Way slippers. These slippers prevent injuries, especially when the lights go off. All you have to do is press the buttons, and you can easily find your way wherever you need to go. And then when the lights turn back on, all you have to do is press the buttons again. And slip them off when you're done. Many people, especially older folks, wake up in the middle of the night and have problems walking through their house. These slippers can prevent that problem by turning on the button. Sometimes they trip and fall trying to get to the bedroom or kitchen. These slippers can also prevent that from happening because they will be easy to find your way with the light. This can cause serious injuries without these slippers. According to the CDC, approximately 3 million people are treated in emergency departments through fall injuries. Obviously, this is a major concern for many. Find Your Way slippers is a great solution to this problem, which would be the lights going off. My invention is an effective solution for these high-risk people, such as those 65 and older, and eases their fears when walking around at night. Find Your Way slippers are not only comfortable and cost-effective, but the LED light attached to the slippers brightens the person's path through the house or even to a light switch down the hall. The lights on these slippers are also really cheap, so if the battery goes dead, you should have no problem getting another light. My grandparents took these slippers to the kitchen one night when the power was out, and they had no accidents or injuries. They went to the living room with these slippers on the same night, and they also had no accidents or injuries. They went to the laundry room, had no accidents or injuries. Into the hallway, no injuries. They went to the garage, and there's also no injuries. Find Your Way slippers give you the possibility to see around in the dark without having to carry a flashlight or phone with you. These slippers are not only convenient and comfortable, but they provide a measure of having safety through the night if you need to walk around your house. Just like, for example, one night I had to go to the bathroom, and I didn't have these slippers yet, and I tripped over a pillow that was laying on the floor, and try to guess what happened. Face planted. And then that's when I brought up this idea of Find Your Way slippers. The next night, I also had to use the bathroom, and I put these slippers on, and I easily turned the buttons on, and I could find my way to the bathroom easy. When I got done using the bathroom, I went back to bed, slipped them off, and turned the lights off. This prevented my problem so easy. My grandparents said Find Your Way slippers is a wonderful product. They are comfortable, and I can see my way around with ease. These are just what I needed. I always worried about seeing around at night if I needed to get up. With Find Your Way slippers, I don't worry as much as I used to. I love them. I get up a lot of the night. I don't sleep well. Find Your Way slippers make it easier for me getting across my bedroom or down the hall. One of my grandparents cooks all night for breakfast in the morning, and she uses these all night long because she can easily find her way to the kitchen and cook. I have a light pointing up and a light pointing backwards. The light pointing up can help her with her hands when she needs to cook. The light pointing backwards can help her when she needs to walk around. These are why you need Find Your Way slippers.
Hello. So, I'm Jackson Jones with the Droppo Jack invention. I am from 6th grade, and this is my invention for the Invention Convention. The Droppo Jack is a safety design for a regular car jack, such as this Craftsman car jack, which will add a handle and a Droppo Jack. There are 2 main pieces on the Droppo Jack, and it can be separated into about 4 smaller pieces. This is the most noticeable piece, the handle. These 2 are the support beams, which actually hold it on to there. This is a half pipe, which is connected onto here with bolts. And the reason we chose the bolts to connect it and not welding is so that if, say, you don't want the Droppo Jack for some reason, you can take it off. And rather quickly, in under, I'd say under 2 minutes. But the idea with the Droppo Jack is that if you are underneath a car and you are working on it, say you're a mechanic or you're just working on your own car, you have to jack up that car and you have to put jack stands underneath it. However, if you have the Droppo Jack, you don't have to use these big, clunky, 2-piece jack stands. You can just pull up this. Not that handle, I don't know why I grabbed that, but this. And so, with the Droppo Jack, it holds your jack up, which these don't. So, if you're underneath the car and your jack suddenly falls, you're okay. With the Droppo Jack, your jack can't fall. And that is the point of this. Your jack is impossible to fall unless something over here completely goes out. Example, one of these bolts falling out. That could possibly cause them. Very unlikely. The Droppo Jack prevents if someone came by and tried to drop your jack on you, drop your car on you. The Droppo Jack will prevent that. It will prevent them from being able to drop the car on you and drop jack to cause the car to drop. The Droppo Jack is a very simple design, and it's, only about 4 pieces. As you can see a little bit better here, the Droppo Jack is an attachment that just goes out in front of your jack, and it rests on that front bar there. It can also be raised to transport the jack and things like that. Everyone that I've asked about this design has said they love it. I've asked my grandma, I've asked my mom, I've asked my dad. They all love it. And so, it's a very safe design. It's a design for safety, rather. Anyways, I'm Jackson Jones with the Droppo Jack. Bye.
Hi, today I will show you my invention of the package safe. The package safe could help thousands of people because their packages always get damaged. But another reason, because UPS man or UPS men or ladies, or FedEx men or ladies, always just like throw your packages on the porch. And they don't even care about them. Like, people say there's always a sticker on it if it's fragile. And they don't even mind it. But this package safe is used to keep your packages safe from your dogs, rain, your cats, any kind of animal. But let me show you. This is how it's worked. Say I'm a UPS man or a lady or a FedEx man or lady. First, this is a package safe. It has two doors, one on the back and one on the front. So first, say I'm one of the delivery people. So you will walk, say this is on your front porch. Say I'm the UPS or FedEx or lady or man. You'll walk up to the front porch. You will open the door, slide your package in, close the door. Okay, so now say I am the owner of this package. Instead of going all the way around to the front to get your package, you can go all the way to the door. You can just walk outside on your porch, open the door in the back, and get your package out. And then walk back inside and enjoy whatever you ordered. And I ordered earrings and a necklace. Okay, so this is my invention of the package safe. I hope you like it. So yeah. And also I'll read this package, well, this box, in the future I hope it gets insulated, waterproof. It's like cushiony inside, and it's like all weatherproof, and then to where your dogs can't get it. But I would have this box right now if it wasn't insulated or anything. It would be up to $79.99 to $80. And my dogs always get my packages, so that's why I made this invention. So I hope you like it, and yeah, bye.
Hey guys, I'm Bailey Durham and it's Caitlin Ellis, and we're going to be showing you what our Invention Convention thing, our project is. So this is the model, and how this works is you would put your hand in this, and then this is where it shows the screen for any fractions or any broken bones. And in the inside of the top, it has lights, and it would show the bones more easier so you could see them. And this would be smaller, so it would be more portable, so you could carry it in a pocket or jeans or anything like that. For example, ow, my hand! And then you'd put the hand in here, and then you'd be able to see anything like this. See, you'd be able to see any broken bones or any fractures. Also, this would be good to have in clinics, so they wouldn't have to use big screens, and so they wouldn't be harder to move around. You could have a portable one. So you could carry this around, and you could have it if you were going to another town. You could have it in your car or anything like that to know if you needed to go to the nearby doctors, or if you needed to just put something on it to, like ice or something.
You could also use it on animals or your leg, but if you used it on your leg, it would be bigger and longer and have more of an open space. And one time, my cousin hit a barrel and broke her leg, so she had to wait to go to the hospital and then had to pay a bill. And if you get this, you won't have to pay a big bill, and
it will be free. So you would know if you need to go or not. Also, if you had any, okay, wait, I don't know what else to talk about.
Hi, I'm Cadence Craft, and we are the inventors of the dog finder. Did you know that 44 in 5 people own at least one dog? The problem is when we let our dog out, we get exercise or something at night, it's hard to sleep. The dog finder works by converting energy from the batteries in the electric circuit to form light energy to help you see your dog. The dog finder can be seen from more than 40 yards away. Batteries are used in AA batteries, and you can use any LED lights that have this type of box, which takes AA batteries, and then it's converted to this little.
And the material we use is LEDs, dog batteries,
You would recommend on this if you have like bad eyesight, to like you can't really see your dog at night time. This can be seen more than 40 yards away, like she said, and then I think our price would probably be like $15 to $99, at least $15 is the highest that we're going for. But I feel like it would be really good. And then our process that we do is 2 pieces of duct tape, one or 2 long, that LED lights around it. We also 2 times duct tape the LED lights on the other side. Our target lights at night so you can see your dog at night. I feel like we should really, like, if y'all really do want this, we would. Oh my goodness, my soul, this hurts so bad. I hate arthritis. I wish I had a compression glove that also had heat applied to it, but they don't make any. I wish I could find somebody who did. Wait, I forgot. My name is Lindy Smith. I go to Hillcrest Elementary and I'm in 6th grade. And I invented the joint warmer. Do you or somebody you know have arthritis? Well, if so, tell them to buy the joint warmer. My mom has arthritis in her hands. I noticed that she used compression gloves. And I noticed that she said it feels really good on her hands when she has them on. Although, she also said she likes it when she has heat on her hands. So she said that it would feel good if they just have both. And I said, well, I'll make it. I made a survey that asked people if they would buy my product. 37 people voted. 33 people said yes, they would definitely buy my product. 4 people said they would maybe buy my product. But everybody who voted said it would be a really, really, really good idea. This invention should work by using carbon fiber, heated wire, and 3.7 volt batteries. Although every store we went to did not have neither. So I decided to make a prototype. This glove has copper wire on it glued down, which my dad helped me with, and it has a battery pack that has wire that connects to the copper wire to make the heat work, which my dad also helped me with. The materials I used for this whole project is copper wire, glue gun, Elmer cement glue, electrical tape, clippers, battery pack, and a glove. This glove works by just putting this glove on like any ordinary glove. This. Take the battery pack and you put it like on top of your hand. And then you take this part, the Velcro part of your glove, and wrap it around the battery pack and do that. It should look like this after you get it on. Then you take the other glove, put it over the glove that has all the heat so you can feel all the heat as you have it on. And this makes it even warmer. The heat setting will be from 100 degrees Fahrenheit to 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
But if you don't like how hot it is, just turn it off for just a couple seconds. It'll cool down, turn it back on. This glove, the outside glove, has rubber cement glue on it. This is for grip. So if working around the house, you don't have to take your gloves off. I also put rubber cement gloves on the tips of the fingers, so you could type on your phone without having to take your gloves off. However, it did not work. So I decided to change my idea. I took one of the fingers and started drawing these two, and you cut from the bottom to the top, you cut in the middle. You just pull it over, do this. You can do anything on your phone you need to. Then just plop it back on, and it should look like this when you're done. If your painful joints have you feeling blue, get the joint warmer and you'll feel good as new. And it stores now, $39.99. This joint warmer comes with arthritis relief, inner comfortable heated compression glove, outer soft knit glove with added grip, battery pack with convenient on and off switch, and multi-purpose use. So if I were you, I would tell my friends, and I will especially tell my mom, my grandpa, and my grandmother to all buy this item because they all have arthritis. So buy this item. Bye guys, have a great day.
If you're stuck in the house all day, I know where you go to, Microland, a place for fun. Your volcanoes that syrup, slime, a scary Viking ship, unicorn, popcorn palace, lollipop lagoon. Only costs $4 for 2 hours of fun. Microland, place for fun.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Well, While you're here, you might as well listen in on me talking about my latest invention, the Battle board game. My name is Ryder McIntyre, and I go to Hillcrest Elementary School in Lynn, Arkansas. Battle solves the problem of me being bored and not finding anything to do, and me being stuck to my phone. This invention helps anybody who is bored and needs something to do. I used toy military soldiers, such as this one and this one. A foam board, such as this one. Posca markers. They're pretty much paint markers. A glue gun. A pencil. A dice. And the glue that goes inside the glue gun to construct my board game. The way my invention works is that the first soldier, US or UK, to get to the other side of the board wins. There's 30 spaces that the soldiers need to move before they win. So you roll the dice, which is right here. Yeah. You roll the dice, then you move the amount of spaces, which is 2. Then you go on to the next player, 5. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you keep on going till the first one, till either the US or UK soldier gets to the win, which has a W on it, and it says end. There. To construct my board game, I first gathered my materials. Toy military soldiers, Posca markers, such as all these, a hot glue gun, the hot glue gun's glue, a black pencil, and a dice to construct my board game. Second, I planned out my board game. So, I laid out all the pieces and just laid them out like this, just to see what it kind of looked like. And then, next, I glued down all the pieces. So, as you can see, they're pretty much stuck together over here too. Everything's all stuck together. And then, lastly, I drew out the paths, like such as these, like where they had to move. And I made sure that each of them had 30 spaces. Then, I made sure to grab a 6-sided die. In conclusion, my invention solves the problem of me being bored and not being able to find anything to do, and me being stuck to my phone. This invention will help anybody who is bored and needs something to do. I used toy military soldiers, a styrofoam board, Posca markers, a pencil, a dice, and a glue gun. With these 2 different ones, there's one in here and one right here, to construct my board game. The data that I collected as I was doing it is, on trial 1, I played this game for 2 minutes and 1 second. Then, on trial 2, I played the game for 1 minute, 53 seconds. On trial 3, I played it for 1 minute, 48 seconds. And on trial 4, I also played it for 1 minute, 48 seconds. So, what do you think?
My name is Terry Price. His name is Hunter Scoggins. We made this snail trap because the turkey population is low in our area. So we made the snail to lower the population of all the animals that eat turkey eggs. We started making the project April 4th, 2023. We used cable, some lassos that were bent. Then we put 2 holes on each side of the bent fossil. Then we put the cable through the holes to make a loop and a snail walk at the end of the cable.
Our original idea was gonna make 4 different snares and connect them in the middle. But then we got 2 long cables and put a snare loop at the end of each one and then connected them. So our final product looks like this. And a loop right here so we can put a stake in it. So we can keep it on the ground that animals don't take off with our snare. A single snare can only keep 1 leg in it, as ours can keep 2 or 4 animals' legs in them.
With Squish and Build,
your day is filled with painless building fun.
Squish and Build!
Our invention solves the problem of Legos hurting way too much when you step on them. I mean, the little buds go into your foot, and it's really painful. Our invention solves that problem by making a soft, squishable foam that when you step on it, it does not hurt at all. It squishes down, and even though the buds go into your foot, it's actually quite comfortable.
We had some deformations and some difficulties, but we came out with a pretty good product, and here are some pictures of what we came out with. What happens when you use plastic Legos?
This is going to end up really cool.
Hey, Riley.
Hey, Maddie. How you doing? Look
Good.
at what I'm building.
Yeah, very cool.
Oh, dang it. Spilled water everywhere. I'll go get some paper towels.
Are you okay?
Well, what do you think? I just stepped on a Lego.
Yeah, those must be very painful.
Well, no duh. Will you please just go get me some paper towels?
Yes, I will.
It really hurts.
Hey, Riley, instead of using a Lego, those old plastic Legos, why don't you use Squish and Build, a non-toxic Lego that doesn't hurt to step on it?
Thanks a lot. This is actually really cool. Squish and Build, for all your building needs. Hi, it's me, Riley.
And me, Maddie.
And first we're going to discuss how we came up with this idea. First we have brainstorming. We first thought of many things, such as
a heater that would heat up your bathtub instantly,
and a hairdryer that would take the frost off of your window. But we finally noticed that we had a problem with
Legos.
I mean, the pain in your foot when you step on one, it's chronic, as you saw in the skit. We found this problem when I walked into Ben's bedroom one day and stepped on his Legos, and I screamed as loud as I could.
And at my house, I always stepped on them because I forgot to pick them up, and I forgot that they were in the floor.
Yeah, but with these Legos, it's really easy to step on one and not even think about it.
Because whenever you have them, they just squish down, but they rise back up.
And that is our brainstorming explanation. Our other option was making them out of pool noodles, which wouldn't have worked because it could get really grainy and fall apart.
Yeah.
Because it was made of a different kind of foam. We made it out of foam clay and silicone molds. It took a while for them to, it took only 24 hours for them to dry, and we made about 25 of them each time we made a set. Here are the materials we used for our project. This is the foam clay, and as a bonus, it's non-toxic.
And then we have 3 different molds that we used. Some regular just boxes, and then a miscellaneous, and another miscellaneous boxes.
Trial and error was actually really easy. We could just see by the way that Legos looked that they were very sharp. They had very sharp edges and were very hard. But then, with our Legos, they were very smooth on the edges and very squishy to step on. Thank you. Bye.
My name is Braxton Walker and I'm in 5th grade. So the problem I came up with is that some families have a hard time choosing what to eat for dinner. So I made this invention called the dinner spinner, and it helps families figure out what to eat for dinner. So I researched on Google, Amazon, and Safari, and all of that just had apps about spinning, and a bunch of people need to have more fun time with their family, so this is a good way to do it. It's just a fun little family game. You don't have to do it, but it's just a fun family game. So what I invented was the dinner spin. So all it does is that you spin it, and this little knob thing up here helps you decide. You just obviously can see this little spin me button. It's not a button, but it's a stick. You just and choose what's for dinner. So that says hamburger helper. That's what you can have for dinner. It's pretty simple. So all you do is it's pretty much all you do is just spin it. So now what I did was, like how I did it is, so we took a big box of cardboard, and we cut a huge circle in it. So that's what the base is. That's what the base of the spinner is. It's just a big round box of cardboard, as you can see on the back here. Then right here, you might not know what this is, but right here is a tripod. It's what you can use to hold phones up and take pictures. So then what we did was we took 2 skewers, I think that's what they're called, 2 skewers, and stuck them in a hole right here. Then I broke off a piece of a hanger, and I got help from this from my parents. And what I did was I took 2 skewers, broke off a piece of hanger, and put electric tape around it, and took this little piece red up here is a piece of a cup that is the stopper for the board. And I realized it wasn't really like leaning too far. It was leaning too far forward, and it wouldn't like stay up. So what we did was, me and my father, we put a rubber band up here around it and all the way down here underneath. And then what we needed to do, because nobody wants to have a board that won't spin, like it'd just be stuck like this if it was all the way against this, right? So what we did was we put a spacer on here, but we did put like a long screw thing, put a spacer on there, and then put a hole in the middle of the cardboard, and put a I don't know what that's called, and then you just put it right there, and then it spins very well, like that. Okay, so now what is helpful for this dinner spinner? Well, it helps families decide what to have for dinner. So say, I don't know, the father gets home from work and so does the mom, and they're like, oh my gosh, what do I have for dinner? I don't know what to do. So they're like, hey, let's play this game. This could be a fun thing. So then obviously the kids should get excited and come over, and then they can just play all a family game together. It's fun. So like I showed you, you just spin it like this. And so then you can do it with food, anything you want. Don't technically have to be just about dinner, but this is what I did.
So first, I took one of these field tips and I put a spring on it, and then I took an end out of this arrow. I took the insides out of it and put it in this spring, and then you just screw this into your arrow like this, and then you put the broadhead on there,
And when you want to shoot it, you can. You just screw that on there. And then when you shoot it, it's spring loaded, so when it hits the deer, it'll go straight through it, and it'll ricochet off. If it hits a tree, it'll ricochet off of it, so it won't break the broadhead or damage the arrow and splinter it any. So I came up with that because I shot an arrow at a deer before, and it went straight through it, and it went all the way. It went in the tree, and it shattered this, like right here. It splintered that up, and I didn't like that because the arrows are like very expensive. So I just took an end out of that, put it in that spring right there, screwed it on the end of this, like this, and you can put a broadhead on here, like this one, or you can put a field tip on there, like this one right here. So you can still use it to like shoot at a target. See, it's bendy. So it's definitely gonna ricochet off a tree if you shoot a tree. So I've missed my target before and shot a tree and it splintered my arrow. So I think it's really gonna help a lot. But yeah, you can put either a broadhead in there or a field tip, and you can also take this off, unscrew this, and you can put this on any arrow, not any arrow you want, because it's still got that same field tip in there that you need to put on an arrow. So that helps a lot. You don't have to like tack weld anything or JB weld or anything like that, so you can just screw it on and you're ready to go. Like this. But that's how I made it. I just took a spring, took half of an arrow, and put it right there, and then put a field tip in there, in the spring, put this metal down in there, put the broadhead on there, and now when it hits the tree, it'll ricochet off of it, and it won't splinter your arrow.
Our brand name is Shine. We have 3 different flavors: cherry, blueberry, and apple. Why are our energy drinks different from other energy drinks? They're different because our energy drinks are healthy, unlike other energy drinks. We are also different because ours is natural. Total calories is 16. Our drink only has 15 or 25 calories. This card shows the data that we collected for which drink was the most popular, which cherry was the most popular. Our prototype was the blueberry flavor, and our second prototype was the apple flavor. Our final product was the cherry flavor. This is, in my opinion, I like this one better than all the other ones, but yeah. Which one you like more? Green's my favorite. I like the red one. Yeah, I like the red one too. And this is...
Hi, I'm Lyric.
And hi, I'm Nalia.
And this is our project. Our project is a reusable, renewable fly trap that is smaller than a normal jewelry box.
Yeah. Plus, it has the materials of honey,
wood, tin foil,
and nails,
and a glue, obviously.
This product is made out of all wood, so it's not harmful to adults, children, or animals. We've used all the best stuff, and we got the plants from our local shop. This box is made out of wood, so
Our box, like I said, is renewable and reusable. It will guarantee not to break on the inside, but I can't say the same about the plants.
If the plants fall off, it's very easy because all you gotta do is re-glue it back on.
They are made of hot glue on the inside, or the plants are hot glued. So anything you need, you can super glue it or hot glue it.
Besides, not only honey has to be inside of it, you can use maple syrup, honey, and sugar. We did 4 tests, and each test had different substance in it. Like for honey, we got 15 flies. For sugar,
we got 5 flies. And for maple syrup, we got 10 flies.
Yeah. And for baking soda, we only got 2 flies. So I wouldn't use baking soda if I was you.
I would not recommend it. I would recommend using honey or maple syrup.
It is the stickiest, sweetest thing, so it attracts all animals. The holes on the top are big enough to fit any insect.
Any insect except the bigger ones. The smaller insects like flies, ants, or let's say dirt daubers.
Yeah, but the insects like worms, spiders, or beetles can't get inside of it.
Because they are too big. Also, a roach.
And a roach.
None of those things are, in fact, going to be able to fit. Because the holes are going to be too small. They are big enough, but not as big.
People that use it, they don't have to keep spending and wasting money over and over again on those fly traps that hang on your walls. Because you can only use them for a day because they get less stickier. But with this renewable product that we made, you don't have to waste money over and over again on new fly trap. It can at least go for about 15 days without going bad, and then you get a new piece of tinfoil and any kind of substance that's sticky and sweet.
So this can go about 2 weeks, but then once you reach full capacity of the insects going inside, you will have to take out the tinfoil, rinse it out, and then hope it doesn't tear.
And the maximum of insects is about 100.
I think less than that. Maybe about 90. Depends on how big of a size you get. Right now, this is the first part of it. Since it does have a lock on it, I'm pretty sure. Does it? No, it doesn't have a lock on it. That way, if it does get stolen, you can just go and you can just go buy another one for about $5.99.
Yeah.
In your local dollar store.
All of them.
Any store can you buy this, you ask? In any store. The answer is
that since it's so cheap, you will be able to buy as many as you want. And it's good as a local gift to a neighbor, family, or friend.
So you may not be able to find it in every single store you go to, but you will be able to find it in a lot of the stores you go to.
Yeah. Plus, of its size, you can put it in your car, you can put it in a plant.
And maybe even your bag.
In your house.
Who knows? The limits are unreachable.
Yeah.
And that means no more pesky fly swats.
Besides, if you have disabled people, that would be very good for them because old people and people that can't really function right really would have a hard time catching flies and swatting them. So this box could just sit around while the flies go inside of him.
Yes. So I think this concludes our presentation. I hope you consider buying our fly trap. It'll be anywhere, anytime.
Yeah. And if you really need something to help out for any bug, not just flies, and need something that's real cheap, you just gotta buy this product.
This product will be sold any local dollar store, I think.
Yeah.
And maybe even if you're lucky, a Walmart.
Yeah.
Now, I am Lyric.
And I'm Nalea.
And this was our project.
Yeah. I'm Jess, and I'm sorry.
Have you ever wanted to play a board game but been tired of playing the same boring games over and over? Well, if that's the case, then you should try our new board game, Board Ball. Board Ball not only solves the problem of boredom, but it's a quick, fun game you can play with your friends and family. Board Ball is really fun and stuff, and like one time me and my grandma were gonna play a game late at night, but Monopoly Game of Life, it takes like 3 hours to play, and it's just annoying. But we would have Board Ball, which takes 20 minutes at tops if you're just going slow to play. And yeah, to play the game, you'll pick your character and then shoot. And how many times you make it out of 5 shots is how many spaces you move. If you and another player land on the same square, then you'll have a shoot-off, and whoever loses has to go back 2 spaces. The winner is the person that gets to the end of the board first. The reward of winning the game is a gold medal and bragging rights if you're a bragger, which I am too, so don't feel offended. We surveyed a few of our fellow pupils and family, and they all said they liked it and they would buy it if this was a real product and released in stores. Our game, we have multiple characters, 8 to be exact. We have Clay Thompson, LaMelo Ball, Nick Gordon, and Jaylen Brown, and Darius Garland, Paul George, Devin Booker, and Kyle Kuzma. The materials we used are orange construction paper, cardboard, a black marker, and tape. We also asked our teacher to laminate it for us. Thank you, Miss Deanna. Thank you. Our board game is a quick board game that you can play, and it doesn't take very long. And what sets it apart from other board games is that on most games you have to like roll a dice or pick cards, and that's how many spaces you move. That's just boring. And with Board Ball you have to shoot it, and that determines how many spaces you move. And we also did a research to make sure this isn't a real thing, or well, it's a real thing because we made it, but like make sure no one else has made it. Yeah. We looked on Google and nothing came up for this. We bought this off Amazon, but if we ever actually released the game, we would obviously make it on our own. And this is just the prototype for a board game. But we would show you a picture, but we don't have it with us. It will be on our board. It's pretty easy to see. And if we release this, you can look for it at stores because it's Board Ball.
So this is why we think our Invention Convention idea is the best and why we should win. First off, we are making a silicone fishing rod. So if it can withstand like 300 pounds, I think. Yeah, and that would be a really big fish. Because surely you aren't taking a little bitty fishing pole out to the big ocean to catch a shark.
A little 2-foot pole, which we're making it bigger, but we just have our prototype.
It's made out of cardboard because that's what the rules and regulations say about. So it can only be 2 foot, so.
And this summer, when we can, we might be able to get to each other's houses when we're older. Like teenagers, we can
make it to where
Like when we can drive and stuff. My parents don't care where I go if I can drive, really, as long as I tell them.
And then we can go buy silicone, buy really good silicone.
But if we win this, we could go to high school, get on,
and
go to ASU, win that, and go to Shark Tank. We could get a bunch of money to do with the sharks.
And whenever I went fishing the other day, my dad got his pole caught and blamed it on me because the pole broke, because he said that it wasn't strong enough, so that's one reason we're making a silicone rod. And someday we might be able to make a reel to go with it that matches, like, not silicone, because the line could cut it.
Yeah. We could make a see-through boat someday for people who just like what do you got on lake to watch fish, but they can't because their boat, it's hard for them to lean over the boat or something.
I've seen people try to make their own see-through boats. They would cut out a piece of it and then put glass on it, and then it didn't work.
And then they would stop real hard because they got mad, and it would just fall through. And luckily, they were only in a very small pond, but
it wasn't really deep.
Yeah, because they were just like where it was like 4 or 5 foot deep.
And we can make it to where, like, it won't leak whenever there's people that are, like, if a bunch of people want to party and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, or go frog gigging and want to know if there's frogs swimming under so they know where they're popping up.
But sure, someday our silicone fishing pole will get big. Like right now, it can't really get longer than 2 foot. Because that's
the prototype length. And we don't want to get a really low grade because we've worked so hard on it.
Yeah, and
once we figured out about it, we started working.
But when we start off, we won't have that good a silicone. But hopefully someday we will, if we go to the A state, we could get some money and win.
Hi, my name is Allie Perkin. I will be inventing a meaty butt muffin. You probably already heard of them, but I'm trying to improve their business or make which will be my business, hopefully, help me improve with dogs and stuff like that. So I actually have 2 prototypes. Basically, this one looks like ice cream, but I was trying to make it look like wet dog food, and it didn't turn out like that. So, I was like, okay, I have a few more days. I can build another prototype and see what was going on. And this made it look like it was a muffin. And I wasn't trying to go for no muffin. Then I started thinking, like, everybody thinks it's a muffin, so I'm gonna call it a mini butt muffin. And, I have been spending days and days thinking and researching and upgrading my board and my prototype and my ways I feel like I should with dogs and their teething and their like stuff that they do. But it's hard to break dogs after they've done it a lot. It's hard to break them from it. And, I heard complaints about dogs tearing up their things, their gardens, their digging up their flower beds and stuff like that. That's why most people don't like dogs, because they will tear up your things and they will teeth on your things, take boots away, take pillows away, like as I said, tear up your garden, your flower bed. You know, old people love their good flower bed and make it look good. Or some old people, not necessarily saying old people, but like older people than like teenagers and stuff like that. Older people like that. And they will help the teething issue and tearing up things and taking away things. These meaty mud muffins, I hope, will help people not as complain as bad and be like coming up to me like, "Hey, Allie, your meaty mud muffins are really helping my dog not teeth up my flower bed, or my garden, or my pillows, or my boots." And lots of people take off their shoes necessarily off, like if their shoes are dirty, they'll take them outside and then they'll wash them and then they'll bring them back inside. And like some of their dogs are outside, so they stay outside and their dogs take them away because they've already had a habit of that. And you know, it's hard to break them from that, just as potty training. It's hard to break dogs for peeing and pooping in the floor. So I thought, you know, let's make something that helps dogs not teeth as bad and take away your things. And so like I was trying to build and think an upgrade. So this will be your medium mud muffin. This won't be black. There might be like a little black cover around it, and you'll have to take that off and then feed it to your dog. But the top will hopefully look like something like this. There'll be little kibbles, and this will be the dough of the muffin, and these will be like the blueberries and meat and stuff in it. And this is what I was trying to make in the first prototype. But the first prototype started out to look like some type of ice cream, it looks like to me. So, you know, I was thinking, you know, let's try to upgrade, because this one was too small and you couldn't really see what was going on. So, you know, so I upgraded to a bigger, meaty muffin, and I was stuck on what title I should do, because I was trying to make this look like some dog food. Because first I was going to try to make dog food out of it, but then it turned out to look like a muffin. And then everybody was like, "Is that a muffin?" I'm like, "No, it's dog food." And I was like, "Oh, it looks like a muffin." So you know what? I started thinking like, we can turn it into meaty mud muffins. And I had to think for that title. And so I turned it into a muffin, and now I call it the meaty mud muffin, which helps dogs not taste as bad. And it'll come in like a little package, and you'll take off the wrapper off of it. It'll be like a little cupcake type of wrapper on the bottom of it. Take it off, feed it to your dog. You can enjoy your life with your dogs. The dog will enjoy their life to not get whoopings and punishment for tearing up your things, because they've already done it. It's a habit. And this will help with the pain with your dogs. This will help with toothaches and teething and breaking habits for teething. And my first prototype, I felt like I had to upgrade because I feel like you couldn't really tell what was going on in here. So this is the top on both of them. This is the sides. And I felt like, you know, let's upgrade, because I feel like you couldn't really what's going on. So I upgraded and I went to a bigger looking meaty muffin. So I felt like these will help the community and grow and not complain as bad for dogs, because I've heard like really bad complaints about dogs. I mean, you know, I don't really like to hear complaints about dogs, because dogs has just been a big personal thing in my life. So that's how I feel about teething and their breakage. It's hard to break them and stuff. So that's what I feel about breaking them from teething and them tearing up your gardens and stuff like that. So this is what meaty muffins are for. So bye.
This is my invention for the Invention Convention. What I thought of for this convention, because last time I rode a bull, I almost got hung up, and I was scared, and I never thought I would get hung up. So I got scared. So I came up, I was like, "Oh, that's a good idea to make a clicker release bull rope." So I thought of this, a clicker release clip, and my mom ordered this off of Amazon for about $13, and I was like, "Oh, Mom,
And I told her my idea. She said, "Oh, that's great, son." And so I asked her, "Can you order this clip?" And she said, "Oh yeah, sure." And I asked a couple other people, like my dad, my papa, and my nana, and they said that was a great idea. So my mom helped me to cut this part so I wouldn't get hurt, to cut the rope in half so I could tie it onto the quick release clip. And so, yeah. Okay, I used this cloth tape to bind the cut part to right here so it wouldn't come off. And so I could tie it right to here. So I'm going to demonstrate to you how this project works. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate. And so I wrapped this leather strip around my wrist, only loosely though, so I don't accidentally pull on it. And the rope come undone. So say I'm riding, and then I'll fall, but I get hung up. How would I do that? And I get hung up. And I get hung up. I can't let go. And then so the bullfighter or me would pull this leather strip, and the rope would come undone, and I wouldn't get hurt as badly as most people would do if they got hung up. And so all you have to do is, when you get done with your bull ride, you just hook it right back up like this, and you pull the strip a little like this, and then it's back together. And you would think that all you need would be pressure, but that ain't gonna come off. But so, well, that's my science project. This is my